She's not what you'd expect. She's tough and feisty, but gentle and tender. She makes millions and gives millions to the poor. She cries, she laughs, she teaches, she comforts. This is the Dani Johnson Show.
Hi, welcome to the Dani Johnson Show. I'm Dani Johnson, and today we are going to be talking about you reaching your destiny. You see, every single day on this program, we bring you content that is designed to help you reach what you were born to do. You see, the world that you and I live in, there is all kinds of advertising out there that's trying to tell us what success looks like. But I'm telling you, I'm willing to defy what their absolute definition is, because I think their definition is not right. They're trying to tell us that success is about houses and cars and stuff and boats and yachts and all of this stuff and big diamonds and all of this kind of stuff. And maybe you want all of that, but that may not be what is for everybody. Each one of us was designed with a purpose in mind. There's something that's calling out of you to call you into a destiny. Your talents, your skills, your abilities, everything that you are was designed for a purpose. And every day here on the Dani Johnson Show, we help you, as well as ourselves, to define what success is for all of us, so that we're not living somebody else's dream. Today's program is really set apart for looking at business and entrepreneurialism. Now, you might say right now, but Dani, I'm not an entrepreneur. Hold the phone, friend. Listen to me. It doesn't matter, because the business skills that I learned 25, 6, and 7 years ago are the same business skills that I use in my house. I've raised 5 children. We've got 7 grandchildren. And everything that I learned in business, I completely applied, whether it be financial or motivating the team, which were my kids. I'm a homeschooling mother, motivating the spouse, motivating myself. All the strategies that I learned in business, I completely applied into the home life, and it helped things to be so much less stressful, helped me to understand the people I was living with and get things done. I'm a busy, busy mom who has ran companies most of the time that I've been a mother. And I've only worked part-time, 20 hours a week. And so I want to show you today some business strategies that you can apply both at home as well as at work, whether you're the one who owns the business or you work for somebody else that owns the business. These strategies are going to help you. You're going to get sharpened today. You're going to get inspired today, especially when I bring on 2 clients, Brad and Christina Harmsworth, who have started a company that is very exciting. They have found a need in the marketplace, and you can learn from them about finding a need and how to be able to fill that. In fact, my coworker, Mary, who I love working with, everybody on our team, they're amazing people, but she found this quote that I feel is going to impact you today. Here it is. It says this: "There is only one boss, the customer, and he can fire everybody in the company from the chairman on down simply by spending his money somewhere else." That was Sam Walton, the founder of Walmart and Sam's Club. He obviously knows what he's talking about. So really what he is discussing in that statement is the customer is the boss. And if we look at the customer that way, then we'll treat that customer or even that prospect so much different than maybe how we might be treating them now. And so in this case, he's talking about finding a need and filling it. We have got to find the needs of the people. We can't assume we know what the needs are. We cannot assume that we know everything, every intricate detail about that need. But what I learned in business 27 years ago that helped me to become a millionaire inside of 2 years, by the time I was 23 years old, after being completely homeless at the age of 21, the same thing, the same statement is find a need and fill it. And that's been a part of my marketing strategy for all of these years. 2.5 decades later, it's still the same marketing strategy because it works. And so do you know what the needs are out there in the marketplace, and do you know how to fill them? Well, joining me today, Brad and Christina Harmsworth. They are an incredibly dynamic couple who have an amazing story. They certainly did not start off with a whole lot of success, but they both have found a path of great success, and they're actually here to help you do the same. They come from the beauty industry now. They have a website called xmhbeauty.com. Again, that's xmhbeauty.com. And this website is designed to help people in the beauty industry to become more successful. And so I first want you to meet Brad and Christina from their background story, how we met at a first steps to success and creating a dynasty. They were riddled in debt. They were miserable in in relationships with others. They were not getting ahead. They were just completely suffering emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically, and financially. And now to see them today is so very exciting. So Brad and Xtina, welcome to the Dani Johnson Show. I'm so excited to introduce you to everybody. Quickly, if you can, give us that 30-second story of where you were when you first came to DaniJohnson.com, where you are today.
Thank you for having us on the show.
Yes.
I'm Brad Harmsworth, and before my brother dragged me out to First Steps to Success almost 4 years ago, I seemingly had everything. I had a government job that paid really well. I had the Range Rover and the nice house and everything, but really under the surface, I had nothing I wanted. I'd just been through a divorce. I had, crazy amounts of debt. I don't even know what number it was then, but since then, we've paid off $280,000 combined. So it was a big number. I would stay up late at night watching TV and playing video games so that I wouldn't have to think about how hopeless my life was, because I had no hope. I felt totally alone. And now we've paid off all that debt. I met the woman of my dreams and married her, and we started a business. And I have all kinds of hope and dreams now that I never had before. A family like I never believed could exist. Finances like I never believed could exist. And the woman of my dreams.
That's so awesome.
Pretty incredible story too.
Nice. Dani, prior to coming to First Steps to Success, I was working full-time in a super high-end resort spa in California. I'd had some success inside the cosmetology industry, but my problems were more personal. I came from a history of being born into a family where my brother was terminally ill. My parents divorced after my brother's death. That left my mom to be a single mom on government assistance who was trusting a babysitter to watch me where I was being sexually abused. Around the age of 5, my mom met and married someone who basically rescued me from that lifestyle and whisked me into kind of a Cinderella story. Country clubs, caviar, entertaining, vacations, you name it. But I had a deep distrust for human life, deep distrust for men. And it was stopping me from moving forward in my business. And I was working on developing a celebrity clientele inside the cosmetology industry. And I was hitting all kinds of glass ceilings, and I didn't know why. So looking for success is why I came to Dani Johnson, but the results have been really a lot more than financial.
Obviously, you guys have paid off $280,000 worth of debt, increased your incomes, found love, and have built a very successful business. And so we're here to really look at and analyze your this business that you have in the beauty industry, which I love, Xtina, that you come from the beauty background in Hollywood, and that you have these clients, professionals. I mean, we're talking famous people that everybody sees on magazines and in movies and commercials and all of that stuff. You've had the opportunity to make those people look phenomenal on camera, and get people ready to be on covers of magazines and things like that. And so for anybody that actually is wanting to have a similar career that Xtina has had, it's not very often that somebody comes from that world, from the Hollywood makeup and hair artistry world, and comes out to say, hey, listen, I can help you succeed in becoming the makeup artist, the go-to person in your town. And so I know there's a lot of people who desire to be in that industry, but they just don't know how, Xtina. And so you've learned how to do that, and you guys have put together a company that is training people in the beauty industry on how to build a successful clientele right there in their area, whether that's in Idaho or Texas or London or France, or it's in Florida or some little podunk place in California, a town of 500. You're showing people how to build a clientele for weddings or for whatever, right? So for prom, all of that kind of stuff. So tell us a little bit about your business and how people can get in touch with you.
Perfect. Thank you, Dani. I got into the cosmetology industry at age 18, and cosmetology schools, they do exactly what they're supposed to do, which is help you to pass the state board. So I went through a cosmetology school, had my license, and I was volunteering as like a camera operator at a local TV station. And I thought, how do I mix these two worlds and put them together? That led me to seek out mentorship in Hollywood, actually. I moved from Michigan to California, and I learned from the best of the best. Everything from set etiquette to the difference between what bridal makeup looks like versus for high-def TV. So that was how I got started. But there were a lot of missing gaps still, and it's taken almost a decade for me to really understand a lot of the principles. Every different skin tone, men's grooming, just the very skilled secrets that happen behind the scenes in the makeup world. So I spent over $50,000 and about a decade, it's going on 11 years now, really learning these tools. And I felt like I couldn't get them all in one place. So Brad and I, we talked about it because I had started mentoring a couple of makeup artists back in like 2010, and they had really amazing success. And I thought, there's more to this. More people could access this, and we could put together training that people could double or triple their makeup abilities inside 4 days. And so that's what we're offering.
Wow. So in 4 days, somebody can learn how to charge like $100, $200 to being a makeup artist and actually doing a really good job with even skipping beauty school and skipping spending $50,000 like you did in 10 years of your life in learning. So they can literally go to the front of the line and learn in 4 days how to be able to become that go-to person in their area that produces magazine quality work for the bride or for the local television studio that's right there maybe in that small town or that large city or whatever. Proms or what have you. And we know there's a huge interest out there. There's a huge need for that because it's twofold. And I see this all the time with our clientele that people go to beauty school and then they twiddle their thumbs and wait for business to come to them. And this is where I think what you're doing is so powerful because it's those that just graduate from beauty school that don't go very far, but it's those that continue to invest in their skill set, continue to get that fine tuning. Those are the people that actually go very, very far, and they're the ones who yield couple $100 for a haircut, or a couple $100 for a makeup job or even beyond that. And so I think that if you're listening right now, if you've always had an interest in the beauty industry, you need to go check out this website, xmhbeauty.com. Again, that's xmhbeauty.com. Get in contact with the Harmsworths, and they're going to show you exactly how to build that clientele and how to become a professional, making great money doing what you love. This is Dani Johnson. We'll continue with more after this.
Stay right here for more of The Dani Johnson Show.
Do you dream about feeling more confident, more beautiful, more powerful, but instead you're that girl that never learned to do their makeup and now you feel lost in a sea of YouTube makeup tutorials? Or you're that new mom that can't get enough sleep at night and just wants to feel pretty again? Or the busy professional that wants to magnetize brand new clients and get more respect in the office? From the boardroom to the bedroom, xmhbeauty.com will help you. Our company has a proven track record of making beauty available on any budget, from celebrities to girls just like you and me. Our live classes, step-by-step tutorials, and insider secrets will have you standing out from the crowd. Go to xmhbeauty.com/Dani today to get your free gift from us. That's xmhbeauty.com/DANI.
Imagine living in a decrepit, unsafe hovel made of waste material on top of old mining tunnels that could explode and sink your home at any moment. Imagine no water to drink, no safe place to raise your children, no food for your starving baby. Imagine that your kids can't learn to read because they have to work to support the family instead of going to school. Could you imagine living in that kind of fear and hopelessness? This is exactly what families are dealing with in the poverty-stricken village of Santa Pancha, Nicaragua. These families can barely meet their basic food, water, and housing needs. We are transforming that village. Be a part of this miracle. I want you to go to the website now and learn how you can help. Go to kingsransom.org and click on Santa Pancha. There you can join with other warriors against poverty and help bring a miraculous transformation to Santa Pancha. That's kingsransom.org, kingsransom.org.
Did you know you can see Dani Johnson live and in person? Go to DaniJohnson.com and find out about our next live event. First Steps to Success. Register today. Call 866-760-8255 or go to DaniJohnson.com/FSTS.
The whole story of how I went from homeless to millions is right here in this book, First Steps to Wealth. I'd love to give you a free copy of this book. Just dial 888-757-8880. You can get your free copy of this book. It's like a real book, my friend. You can get an ebook copy for free right now, or if you'd like to pay the shipping to get this $15 book to your house, I'd be happy to send it to you. 888-757-8880. Get your copy of First Steps to Wealth today and begin on a brand new path of some great success.
This is the Dani Johnson Show.
Find a need and fill it. You've heard that before, right? Hi, I'm Dani Johnson. Welcome to the Dani Johnson Show. Today we are talking about business strategies, and one of the greatest business strategies I ever picked up 2.5 decades ago was this: to help other people get what they want, and you will get what you want. Well, today we have Brad and Xtina Harmsworth, clients of ours, faithful clients who've paid off $280,000 worth of debt. They have started a business in the beauty industry where they are taking a decade of experience and $50,000 that was invested into the knowledge and skill set in the beauty industry, and they're making it available to everybody, obviously for a fraction, and obviously not having to take 10 years, but 4 days. And so if you're somebody that you have wanted to enter into the beauty industry, that you wanted to be a makeup artist, a hairstylist, and you've wanted that edge, you wanted to be able to build a very successful clientele, and you've wanted to be able to be the go-to person in your town, whether it's a town of 500 or it's 50,000 or 500,000 or 5 million, the bottom line is that if you want to succeed, you've got to learn from professionals that know those hidden trade secrets that people are trying to go to YouTube to find. Hello, girlfriend and boyfriend, because the beauty industry has both male and female in it. It's a gigantic industry, and there's a lot of needs there. It seems to be two different types of people: those who are not making a dime in it and those who are making big bucks. Let's shore up the gap with going to xmhbeauty.com. Again, that's xmhbeauty.com with Brad and Xtina Harmsworth, who have a service available to you. They're joining me right now. So you know what, Brad and Xtina, the reason why I think your business model is so powerful is all we have to do is look on YouTube and see the millions of views that there are on beauty tip, especially makeup and hair, videos that there are, right? And they're just random tips given by nobodies who don't have experience in the industry at all. And they're just trying to learn from themselves. So what you guys are offering with this 4-day course that you make available for everybody is so powerful. And this mentorship is so powerful because people actually have an interest in there, and you guys can help them take that interest that they have and turn it into dollars. Let's take something that we like and make money with it. And so tell us about the classes that you're holding.
They're small and intimate. We take 10 artists. So far it's been people who are already in the makeup industry somewhat, but that's not what it's limited to. And in 4 days, we basically help them achieve their goals. They all come with something they want more of in the industry. And so we take it and we tailor it to that. And at the end, after they've been working on each other and on models and practicing the new skills that we're teaching, we do a photo shoot with them so that they have materials proving their skills. They have advertising material for themselves.
Wow.
It's a professional photo shoot on models with a very, very high-end photographer, and they get to take that and advertise. So they're able to leave a workshop being able to say, I've been training with a celebrity makeup artist, and I have materials to prove that, this is what I can do.
Wow. Wow. That's exciting. I'm serious. If this was available back when before I ever started in my business, this is a place I definitely would have gone. Like if this, I'm serious, what you guys are making available to people I think is so awesome. Because there's a lot of people that have interests, men and women alike, they have an interest in the kind of work that you do. But we just don't know how to go about turning that into a business. And so this is a great way where a young person or a 50-year-old that's always had an interest in makeup or the artistry of makeup and hair, that can take that and now transfer it into a full-fledged business for themselves. So I know that you had a powerful testimony from one of the people that were inside of your last class. Tell us about her success.
What we love is just watching people blossom. From our recent workshop, 4-day workshop, one of our artists went home. She already had 15 brides on her books for the summer. She went back home, increased her prices, and is now up to 18 brides booked inside the summer.
Wow.
She was capable of handling 7 bridal clients on one Saturday at her last update, and I'm just blown away by her.
Yeah, pretty much like all the students who have been through our class so far, they've been able to go home and raise their prices. Like they've been able to go home and make more money because, well, probably because the confidence they grew, but definitely because of the skills they learned. Yeah. And that's what our heart is. We want, like, this industry is expected to be like something like $65 billion in the next 5 years. Like there's so much money to be made in it, but people they just don't know how. At home doing the same look over and over again because that's what they know and they do awesome. But there's so much more, and we have some things that we're able to provide that would help them get there.
Absolutely. And here's how you get in touch with them. It's xmhbeauty.com. Again, xmhbeauty.com. Go check them out. If you got an interest in the beauty industry, you want to start a business with it, or you already have one, you want to make it better, xmhbeauty.com. This is Dani Johnson. We'll continue after this.
This is the Dani Johnson Show.
But I'm so blessed that I found what is in Grooming the Next Generation for Success. This is a book that is being taught in universities around the world. It's been noted as the best book on parenting that has ever been written. Crazy, if you ask me. But the point is that this thing gets results. Get your copy today, 888-757-8880. Again, that's 888-757-8880. Or go to DaniJohnson.com. That's DANI Johnson.com. Get your copy today.
My name is Andris and I'm from Latvia. Prior to plugging into DaniJohnson.com, I was a struggling English teacher back home. I had a language school that I started when I was 21 and had grown it to be pretty okay in my city. But at the same time, I had acquired a debt of $60,000. In a matter of 8 to 9 months, I got rid of my debt. And by 2011, we had our first $1 million year. This has been amazing. We grew our school from about 100 students to 2,000 students, and I can only highly recommend for you to come to the next event and be part of this community and learn the tools that will help you to succeed.
Prior to plugging into DaniJohnson.com, my family and I were hemorrhaging under the pressures of debt. Since attending First Steps to Success in January of 2014, my family and I have paid off over $147,000 in 19 months. We're completely consumer debt free. We have restored relationships, and our business is growing at a rate of 15% at every event. Your next step is to sign up for the next First Steps to Success and start creating your own story.
My name is Jeff Conyers, and prior to First Steps to Success, I was a struggling business owner. I had discovered that my business account went negative $5,000, and I realized that I did not have a business plan and I needed to do something. Fast forward to 1 year after, I have now created, just by implementing the tools at First Steps to Success, over $50,000, created another business, improved my personal and business relationships. Man, it's like the story is forever changing, and it just gets better and better. I don't know about you or what you're going through, but I would highly recommend getting to First Steps to Success.
Prior to plugging into First Steps to Success, we were drowning under a mountain of debt. We were heading to divorce court. We had failing businesses and toxic relationships. Since plugging into First Steps to Success, our marriage has been restored. We have paid off over $56,000 in 11 months. We've helped our community pay off over $300,000 in 14 months. My business has grown in over 600% in 4 months. And for the first time, I could say I'm just loving life. I have great relationships. So if you are fine where you are, then this event is not for you. But if you're ready to reach your goal and to change your life, then I highly recommend that you get registered for the next event.
Hi, my name is Jill Kearns. I'm from Chicago, Illinois. Prior to coming to First Steps to Success, my husband and I were struggling financially and were hurting in our relationship a lot. We needed more time together, and we just were struggling with that because of the finances. And so since plugging in, we've actually paid off over $280,000 in debt. We're completely debt-free, and more than anything else, the look on my husband's face of relief and excitement about where our future lies, and the traveling and the fun, enjoyable times that we'll get to spend together as a family is totally worth it. So if you want to have better relationships with your significant other, your children, if you have a desire to be completely debt-free and released from that bondage for whatever reason, whatever the burdens are, your next step is to get to First Steps to Success right now.
So prior to getting started to DaniJohnson.com, I was a college dropout. I was working a bottom of the barrel type job. I started plugging into her training. I've skyrocketed through the ranks of corporate America. I've tripled my income in the last 5 years. That's all fine and dandy, but it wasn't, there's a part of me that had a part missing. So I ended up using Dani's prospecting skills, and I ended up meeting the love of my life. Since then, we've paid off $32,000 of debt since October 2014. So get here now. This is the greatest thing ever. You have to see this. The skills and strategies Dani teaches are unbelievable. They totally took someone like me with no education and helped me just like multiply my efforts. So you need to be here.
And now, back to the Dani Johnson Show.
Chase the vision and not the money, and the money will follow you. That is a quote from the Zappos CEO, Tony. I'm not going to say the last name. It's an interesting one. Anyway, wow, what a quote, right? Don't chase the money, chase the vision, and the money will follow. I have to tell you, I know that from personal experience. As a former homeless woman to a multi-millionaire who uses 100% of the profits from my company that goes straight to the poor, and I don't draw a salary, my life is dedicated to helping you to succeed and helping others who are in extreme poverty to succeed as well. And so this is real, and I can't tell you, as soon as I've helped my clients go from chasing money to chasing the vision, every single time they're able to make that switch, the money follows them, and then they have a new problem. And the problem is, Dani, what do I do with all this money? Now they have to learn how to become investors. So they don't spend all the money, they don't end up broke, they don't end up with the pressure of having too much money, because there's pressure there too. But anyway, I love that quote. I had to share that with you, and especially with today's program, talking about business and how business relates not only to business itself, but also to the home. And that's what I love about you. I love that you join us every single day here on this program, and that you care about advancing yourself and advancing your family, advancing your job or your company, advancing your health. You care about life in such a different way than most people do. And you're very serious about improving each area of your life and defining success for you, and not letting society define it for you, but you're figuring it out when it works for you and for your family. So again, we're talking about business, and we are talking about filling needs. Even though we just finished that short interview with the Harmsworths at xmhbeauty.com, they found a need and a niche in the marketplace, and that's in the beauty industry. So they built a business around that, and that business is helping people grow businesses in the beauty industry, makeup and hair and things of that nature. You can make a lot of money in that industry. It's a giant industry. But there's other needs in other places as well. And so we have some precious, faithful listeners to this program that are also joining us for the rest of the program as we handle maybe niches and problems or needs that they have found in the marketplace as well. And so this might give you ideas, or it might give you some new strategies or skill sets. So first is Amanda Dickens calling in from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. She's in the real estate industry. What have you found, Amanda, as a need that needs to be filled in the marketplace?
Hi, Dani. I actually came upon a need in a sales meeting that we were having. Some other agents in the office were talking about social media and how they are just completely lost and they don't know what to do, and they would be willing to pay someone if they could just find someone to help them.
Yep.
And I actually have a marketing and corporate communications background. And even after college, I've continued to just take social media marketing classes because I knew whatever direction I went, I would need to know how to market myself.
Yep.
And so I spoke up in the meeting, and I have one client already, and I'm helping them with their social media. They want me to basically take control of it. And so I would just like to first share that if you just continue to learn and better yourself, opportunities will come to you.
They really do. They're all around us, actually. They're all around us. I heard this quote one time, and it was that money is all over the ground. People just don't pick it up. It's just floating around everywhere. That's because we don't have the ears to hear opportunity. And look at you, you're sitting in that meeting with other real estate agents, and a lot of people are completely baffled with social media. They don't know how to market themselves in that venue, and therefore they're losing, in some cases, millions of dollars because they don't know how to do it. So you're dead on, girl. Tune your ears to hear the need, and look at you. You're like, shoot, man, I've been studying social media. I'm going to help you, which is awesome. And that's another side income for you.
I'm just trying to figure it all out now. You know, how many clients do I get? How do I manage it all, and processes and things like that? So kind of where I am, but I think it'll be an awesome opportunity because I know there's several people in my office alone that need help and are willing to pay for it.
Yep, that's really awesome. I'm really, really proud of you. By the way, you know that we have some social media training that has transformed all kinds of people's businesses, including real estate agents. Are you aware of that?
I wasn't, but I'm glad you told me.
Okay, Social Media Empire is the name. Social Media Empire. You can find it at the website, DaniJohnson.com. It's really, really powerful.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, it will help to fine tune what you're doing with those other real estate agents, because we've had people of all kinds of industries use that to be able to grow their platforms and learn how to sell without selling. You know what I mean? Because you can turn off a lot of people if you're constantly posting what you want people to buy. That's not the way to do it. It's to build relationship. And I know you know the basics of that, but it shows the how-tos of building those relationships. And it might be a good thing for you to recommend to those agents as well, because they're going to have to manage part of their pages and learn how to get involved with that kind of stuff. So, which is awesome. Right, okay. Amanda, I'm really proud of you. I'm proud of you that you had ears to hear a need and that you had skill set already brewing in the background to help fill that need. And you know, another way to start a simple business is that you hear needs and you put people together. Meaning if you don't have, like Amanda has some social media background as a real estate agent, and because she came from the corporate world, if you didn't have that, right? But it's like, wait a second, I'm hearing a need. Okay, hold on. So this is where you can become a connector, and connectors have high value in the marketplace. So if you don't have the expertise to fill the need yourself, this is where you recommend people to a place or a service where they can get their need filled. And what that does is that you have helped them solve a problem. So now you're becoming a trusted advisor. Now you become a go-to person for them, and you become highly recommended at what you do. And so everything in business is always about networking, right? And so you've got to become that person that is constantly networking and connecting other businesses and other people and other needs and other fillers of needs together. So you don't even necessarily have to have the skill that they need specifically, but you can learn the skill of connecting people together, because as you fill needs, others will fill your needs. And that's how that works. So Amanda, I'm really proud of you. This is awesome. Okay, we also have Anna Radiker from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Welcome to the Dani Johnson Show.
Thank you, Dani.
So what needs have you found in the industry, or whatever industry?
Well, my husband and I found a need just 8 years ago this month. We drove 2 hours to go see our daughter in the womb at an elective 3D/4D ultrasound facility. Mm-hmm. And as we were driving home, we looked at each other and said, why isn't anyone doing this where we live? And so 8 years ago, we started our own business doing this, and now we actually have the opportunity to help other people own and start up their own facilities. And it's been an amazing journey.
Wow! Are you serious? Now, hold on a second. How big is the town that you're living in?
Well, we now have 5 offices. Oh. We originally started in Santa Barbara, California, and now we have 3 offices in California and 2 in Wisconsin.
Oh, my gosh! Girlfriend! So again, there it is. It's like, wait a second, we're having to drive. Was it 2 hours, you said, to go get that 3D ultrasound done?
With traffic, yes, it was 2 hours.
And why isn't this happening where we're living? Obviously in a city, like that's a great place to do that. But now you have 5 offices in 2 states?
That's right. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, now hold on a second. I got a question for you, Anna. I'm so proud of you. So this is 8 years ago, all right?
Yep.
And what were the, like, okay, how did you go about the discovery process of learning how you can actually open an ultrasound tech office?
We actually had to find other people in the industry who could teach us.
Nice.
And so once we learned and we got our feet wet and we got up and rolling and we went through all of the struggles and challenges that every new business goes through, then we started to be approached by others saying, hey, can you teach us? And so that's how we broke into the consulting model of our business. And, we're only 2 people, so we can't open offices everywhere, even though we'd love to, but we can teach other people to do it now.
Wow.
And so God's kind of fulfilling his vision for this industry by helping us teach other people.
Yes.
So it just kind of grew from there.
Wow. Okay, now question, you don't have a medical background.
I do not, no.
Your husband doesn't have a medical background.
No.
You are completely unqualified to start a business in an X-ray tech, an ultrasound tech world.
Pretty much, yeah.
I love it!
What we do is not medical, though.
Exactly.
So we just had to learn what we needed to learn in order to do this and to do it successfully. And, now, we're one of the top people in this industry and have developed an awesome reputation. And, it's not medical in nature, and I don't have any interest in doing medical ultrasounds. I just want to help people get cute pictures of their babies. So.
I love it. So many people can sit there and go, oh, I can never do that. I probably have to go get a degree. I have to, get a medical degree. And it's never going to work for me, Daddy. Shoots and ladders, girlfriend. I am really proud of the 2 of you. Man, that just blows my mind. Good job.
Thank you very much.
Good job.
One thing I will say, though, is that we honestly started the business with the intent to make money.
Yep.
And we struggled for a number of years, and it wasn't until we gave the business over to God and said, okay, God, what's your vision for our business? And then he showed us what his vision for our business and the vision for the industry. Yes. We get to help change people's opinions
yes, you
of
do.
the unborn
yes, you
without
do.
them even knowing we're impacting them.
Yes, you do. I love it. Don't chase money, chase the vision. This is Dani Johnson. We'll continue with more after this.
So what's keeping you stuck? It's time to get it out of your way for good. This is the Dani Johnson Show.
This is your chance. This is your shot. Get your copy of War on Debt right now. There's one waiting for you that has your family's name on it. And inside that package is freedom. Your freedom, your family's freedom is on the inside of that package. All you have to do is open it up, press play, and start applying what I teach you in this program. 888-757-8880. You and I are going to help your family become completely debt-free in the next 5 to 7 years. Just imagine how that's going to feel.
Okay. So let's get right into it. So like Alyssa said, I fly around. I've been flying for quite a while now. My first event was in 2009, and I was about 22, and I got a CD from a friend in a business that I thought I could do without any skills. Well, I learned that one really fast. So I started following Dani. I came to an event by myself. I was freaking out. I flew from Holland at the time, was a student. I don't know how I got the money. Well, I had a lot of excuses at first that I didn't have the money. It was really far. I'd never been to the States alone. And then I got over them. All right, so I found the money. I didn't even have a job, actually. I found a job, found the money, and I came. And I thought, what's the worst that can happen? So I flew over, and, well, I wasn't really serious still after my first event. Did go to Dynasty, but then I thought, well, I've been to First Steps, I've been to Dynasty. I think that's enough for now. Let's apply to stuff. So I kind of plugged out for a while. And that was dumb. That was a stupid pill. So then finally, I decided to spit out the stupid pill and said, okay, I'll give her a year. What's the worst that can happen? So I went from being broke, depressed, and actually nobody knew that I was depressed. How sad is that? I had this little facade going on. I was depressed, suicidal, broke, in major debt, and I made a decision. I'm gonna come for a year. Did I have the money? No. I didn't even know like if I would have a job the next month. Nothing is a guarantee, people. So I was just like, I'm just gonna make a decision and I'll figure the rest out later. So I did. And I ended up paying off about $35,000 worth of debt in 2 years. Pretty awesome, right? And actually not by increasing my income at first. And later on, because I was trusted with a little, I increased my income as well. But by applying everything she teaches. And the biggest breakthrough for me, actually, let me finish my story. So I feed hundreds of orphans, went to Belize for Christmas, to bring Christmas to the kids. My whole life has transformed. I've learned how to overcome challenges instead of breaking down and crying in a corner, asking, why me, what have I done? So I got over all those little, pity fest, and I just apply without asking questions, just apply what she learned, what she teaches you, okay? So and the results are I paid off $35,000 in debt, I started a business, I became successful in my business, healed a lot of relationships, and just had a blast. And while actually helping other people as well. So one of the biggest breakthroughs for me you'll learn this afternoon, it's called GEMS. Who knows what GEMS is? Who likes GEMS? Awesome. So those of you that are like, what the heck is GEMS? You'll learn this afternoon. It's really exciting. It's going to give you a lot of breakthrough. You might even find out who you are. I found out about 23 years after I was born. So you might have a really big breakthrough today. So yeah, I think the biggest change for me happened when I started going to events regularly. Okay, when I really applied everything and I came over and over and over again. Because every time, even today with the seeds, I just got this major revelation. And that's why it's important that you not only come today, but you keep coming back and keep plugging in. Because there's layers and layers of things that you need to work through in order to get the teaching to come to your heart. And that's where it really has an impact. All right. So, well, I don't know, it's always hard to introduce someone that has impacted your life so much. But help me welcome my personal coach, my mentor. I think she has taught me more than anyone ever, more than my parents. She actually raised me up as a person, as an entrepreneur, as everything that I've become today. I can't imagine where I would be without these teachings, without a coach that is always, working on herself, always thinking of how can I be better. And just when I think like, okay, this is like the limit, she just comes up and does a radio show. I'm like, oh my God, I suck. I need to do something about this. I'm so self-centered. Terrible, God help me. So I've never met anyone that loves others as much as she does, that cares as much as she does, that pours so much. I mean, she could be chilling somewhere, right? She has a crap load of money. She doesn't even earn anything. She earns nothing by being here. She just cares about you and she wants you to succeed. So let's give her some honor. Get those notepads out. Pay attention. I don't even want to see cell phones. Come on, people. She's here for us. She doesn't get paid. Let's give her back 10 times what she's given to us. Help me welcome America's favorite millionaire, Dani Johnson.
If you knew you couldn't fail, what would you do with your life? Discover your own answer. This is the Dani Johnson Show.
If you don't know how to do something, learn! Come on! Do not be a stick in the mud! Don't be a bump on a log! Don't be all those other things that your grandmother told you not to be too! Listen to me! If you don't know how to do something, learn. That's exactly what Anna and her husband, man, here they are, they're driving to a 3D ultrasound to see pictures of the baby that was inside of her womb, and they scratch their head and go, wait a second, why are we driving 2 hours? There should be one of these clinics in our town. They decide to start a business. Now they've got 5 offices. Now they're teaching other people how to do the same. And they don't come from the medical profession at all, but they learned, they studied, they went and they learned from other people that owned those types of businesses, and they built a successful business. But there's something that Anna said before we ended the last segment, where in the beginning they were struggling, they were chasing money, and they began to pray. And Anna, you just finished sharing with me that you asked God what the vision was for the business that He gave you, and He gave you an answer, and you started chasing the vision instead of the money, and now your business has grown. Was that a hard transition? So what made you come to that place of even just shooting that prayer up into the heavens?
Well, honestly, it was facing failure in the face. And basically, okay, God, if this is going to survive, then you're going to have to do it.
Yeah.
So we're giving it to you. And if you say, close this door, this is no longer what we're supposed to be doing, and releasing that to Him and saying, okay, we'll have to be fine with that if that's what you want. And so we gave it to Him. Yes. And then He started letting us see our business from a totally different perspective.
Don't you just love Him? I love that.
I do.
Man, I can tell you that has happened in my life so many times. And you know what, Anna, is that as a business person, you encounter so many challenges. It's not only finance, it's employees, it's taxes. Oh my gosh, right? It's all of these things that can be so burdensome, right? And then when it becomes a burden, it's because we've lost sight of the vision. And vision has got to be the thing that drives us. And vision cannot be money, because the IRS wants half of it. And that'll make you mad.
Yes, it will.
Right? That'll make you really mad. Okay. And then, and then you've got employees. And then, of course, the advertisers want more, right? Everybody wants their part of the money. When they see money, they want it, and they don't want to work for it. And so it can get really frustrating when you focus on money. But man, when you focus on the purpose and the vision for the business, it drives you. It gets you out of bed. You know that it's for something so much bigger than cash and bank accounts and taxes and all of the stresses that come with a business. So I'm really proud of you guys.
Open your vision. Yes. Because if you cannot be stuck in the weeds, and you can open your mind, to not being stuck on the bill that you have to pay that you don't have the money for.
Yep.
And you give that to God, then all of a sudden He'll help you see solutions that you would have never seen while you're stuck in that stressed place.
Yes. Absolutely. Oh my gosh, you're awesome, girl. I am so very proud of you. Thanks so much for calling in.
Dani.
Thanks for sharing your faith. Thanks for sharing this birth of a business that started with no experience. I love it. I love stories like that. Okay, next we got Teresa Proctor from Winter Haven, Florida. Teresa, welcome to the Dani Johnson Show.
Hey, Dani. Thanks for having me on the call.
So what need did you find in the marketplace that you are filling now?
Well, I was a gymnast my whole life, and I worked for somebody forever and ever and ever, and drove an hour to and from work. And I realized that one day I'm driving to work, and I just had this urge in the spirit that said, you need to open your facility. And I'm like, nope, I don't want to do it. I don't.
I'm scared.
Not what I want to do. Please don't make me do this. Well, I decided, I went to a little cafe and I started writing. My hand was going like 100 miles an hour. I'm like, what is happening here? I don't understand. And I ended up opening my own facility. And I said, well, before I did, I'm like, I went to husband and said, husband, I think I'm supposed to open my own gym. I'm supposed to do this. He's like, where are you going to get the money? I'm like, I don't know. He said, well, how are you going to do this? I don't know. I said, God planted it, so here we go. I started looking for places to go. I went and found this place. I said, that's it. I want this place. And it stayed open for like a year. And there was 5 other customers that went in to try to get this facility, and they would not give it. They wouldn't lease it to them. And when I went in there, they actually changed the code for me to be able to have a facility in there. And I thought it was supposed to be gymnastics, but it's become so much more. Just being able to, following God's heart. And it was amazing that this was nothing I ever wanted to do myself, because I'm like, I don't want the headaches. And so now I have this facility of 250 kids, and training up kids in after school and summer camp and staff members and things like that. And it's just you know, it's been a whirlwind. It really has. But that's what we did, and we just followed God and listened to Him, and
That's
here we
amazing.
are.
That's amazing.
5
Isn't that
minutes from my house,
crazy?
too.
I mean, this is absolutely crazy because you know when you get that prompting inside your gut and God has planted a vision inside of you. I could hear it like right away. Ooh, you were scared to death. You're like, no, I don't know how to do this. Now you got 250 kids.
Yeah.
You're providing jobs for other people. You're not driving and commuting like you were before. How does it feel to have known that you stepped out in faith and that God met you at that place and you took that risk and you started that business?
It's pretty amazing, Dani. You know, I tell this story all the time. I had one employee I had a few at first, and one of my employees that I had hired, my very first one, in fact, she's back with me again. You know, I was sharing my faith, and I was just telling her, okay, girl, we've got to have 3 kids to show up this Friday so I can write this paycheck for $200 and something. And I'm telling you, I needed $247.63 to make payroll that week. And I'm telling you, we got $248 in that day by 5 o'clock Friday. Wow. And so she got to see this vision. And I'm like, I told you, this is God. This is not me. I'm, you know, this is, it's crazy, but it's so rewarding and it's so humbling. And I just have to share with you, after coming back from Dynasty.
You've been to Creating a Dynasty, our advanced seminar. That's awesome.
Coming back from that, I have grown like ridiculous, paid off a ton of debt through business. I started giving money out of the business, and I stopped chasing it like the other callers were saying.
Yes.
I quit chasing it, and I said, okay, we're just going to give away what we're supposed to, and we're going to do all this. And I said, I'm going to, you know, just go out in faith. We had, you know, some struggles with the business with a group of a family that came in to take over my business, and they ended up leaving the whole family and opening up 10 minutes from me.
Wow.
The interesting part of that is that I stayed faithful in the things that you taught me at Dynasty and learning about how to bless others anyway.
Yes.
And Dani, I want to tell you, this is the most kids we've had in our summer program. We have 55 kids a week right now.
Wow.
And last year we had about 40, and all of our clients that were pretty faithful to the other family, they're all staying with us because we stayed faithful in what we were supposed to do.
See, and look at that. Without creating politics, without creating drama, you chose to love, take care of your clients. You chose to do the godly thing. You chose to honor and still bless your enemy, and God has totally prospered the fruit of your efforts. I absolutely am blown away by your story. This is awesome. This is Dani Johnson. We'll continue with more right after this.
Don't go away. The next segment might just change your life. It's the Dani Johnson Show.
Hi, this is Dani Johnson. Let me ask you something. Do you dream about being more confident, more beautiful, more powerful? Are you that girl who never learned to wear makeup and now you're lost in a sea of YouTube videos? That busy mom who can't get enough sleep and just wants to feel pretty again? Or maybe you're that professional who wants a little more respect in the office. From the boardroom to the bedroom, celebrity makeup artist Xtina Harmsworth from XMH Beauty will help you. Xtina has a track record of making beauty easy on any budget. Her live classes, simple step-by-step professional beauty techniques and insider secrets will set you apart from the crowd. So don't sit on your dream another minute. Learn from the best. Get your exclusive free gift from Xtina today at xmhbeauty.com/Dani. That's xmhbeauty.com/DANI. Imagine living in a decrepit, unsafe hovel made of waste material on top of old mining tunnels that could explode and sink your home at any moment. Imagine no water to drink, no safe place to raise your children, no food for your starving baby. Imagine that your kids can't learn to read because they have to work to support the family instead of going to school. Could you imagine living in that kind of fear and hopelessness? This is exactly what families are dealing with in the poverty-stricken village of Santa Pancha, Nicaragua. These families can barely meet their basic food, water, and housing needs. We are transforming that village. Be a part of this miracle. I want you to go to the website now and learn how you can help. Go to kingsransom.org and click on Santa Pancha. There you can join with other warriors against poverty and help bring a miraculous transformation to Santa Pancha. That's kingsransom.org, kingsransom.org. Hi, I'm Dani Johnson. The most common question I get usually are from people who are trying to juggle their life. They've got kids who are involved in all kinds of activities. They've got business or their job, finances, trying to get out of debt, plus all their church activities and all the volunteer activities, and they're pulling their hair out going, how do I juggle this all? Man, I once lived just like that until I learned Time Secrets. Time Secrets showed me how to be able to cut my hours from 100 hours a week that I was working down to 20 hours a week and tripled my income as a direct result with what I learned. Time Secrets also showed me how to get my priorities in order, which healed up my marriage. And I became a mother that I was proud of versus becoming the mother I didn't want to be. And so if you feel like your world is running around in all kinds of different circles, you can fix that. Call 888-757-8880. Again, 888-757-8880 for Time Secrets.
And now, back to the Dani Johnson Show.
Man, how awesome. Look at those stories. They're so incredible and so inspirational. You know what? You might have somebody in your life right now that is, a little bugger, right? And in the same exact situation that you just heard Teresa in, and she said she started to give and started to take care of those who were in extreme need. Well, I want to share with you a project that Teresa actually is a part of, that I just learned that she was a part of. And this project is where and I'm talking extreme need, and she's using 10% of her business profits and giving it to those who are just really suffering. Kind of like Fausto and Joanna, who I just came back from meeting and spending a day with. They are two kids whose mom is in the hospital. Their father died 7 years ago, lost at sea along with 5 other fathers. And he had to step up as a young teenage boy to step up and provide for the family. They live in plastic, literally sticks and plastic. And the water comes in every single month, 2 to 3 feet high, and washes their plastic home away. This is a tragedy. There are 4 children living in this plastic dwelling all on their own, and all the way down to a 3-year-old. We can help them. We can build them a brand new home for so little. Only $5,200 is all it takes to build a brand new home for people like Fausto and Joanna, as well as many other 1,000 families who are in the same exact situation. Go to kingsransom.org. Again, that's kingsransom.org. And you'll see right on the front page, it talks about the extreme poor in Nicaragua. Click on that and join us on this adventure of building 1,000 families a brand new safe home with clean water and food supplies, teaching them how to create their own food so that they will not go hungry, getting good, proper protein and nutrients every single day, starting in businesses. You and I can do this together. Teresa's doing it from Florida. We're doing it here from Texas. You can do it from wherever it is you are. Our family is all about taking care of the poor. We use 100% of the profits from our business straight into taking it into places like this. Again, kingsransom.org. And finally, if you've been listening today, you've been inspired from whether it's Brad and Xtina's story of starting a business and all these other businesses you heard about and how they were started today. Here's some important skill sets that I'd love to put into your hand. First Steps to Wealth. I'd love to give you a free copy if this is your first time watching the program. Get your copy today. It's going to show you how I went from homeless to millions, starting a business and now giving millions away. First Steps to Wealth. Call 866-760-8255. Again, that's 866-760-8255. Talk to Nellie or Nate. They would love to get a copy of this in your hands. If you want the physical copy, pay for the shipping. I'll send you the $15 book. But if you don't care about the physical copy, you can go ahead and download the book immediately. Just call 866-760-8255 and get your copy today. And they'll set you up also where you and I maybe even be able to communicate daily, where daily I'm giving you tips on how you can improve your family life, your business, your career, and your finances. Let's become completely debt-free. Let's go and build something together and make a difference and reach that destiny that you know is calling outside of you. I have thoroughly enjoyed being with you today. And man, I know that you feel blessed based on everything that you heard from everybody today. Please let us know how you like the show right there on our webpage, DaniJohnson.com. Clicking on the radio television tab, leave us a comment there, or even leave us a comment on Facebook. We'd love to hear from you. We'll talk to you tomorrow. God bless. Bye-bye.
If this episode was an encouragement to you, go to DaniJohnson.com and share it with your friends now. You never know who else needs to hear it. Join us every weekday at 7 a.m. for more insights that will help you get to the life you've always wanted.
Hi, welcome to the Dani Johnson YouTube channel. We're super excited to have you here. And every single week, we're going to make sure that you get awesome videos for your business, career, making more money, saving money, annihilating your debt, as well as helping you to handle those really tough problems that you have with people at home as well as at work, and taking those really good relationships you already have and causing them to flourish and grow. All you have to do is click that subscribe button right down here. Click that and you'll be subscribed to an amazing community of people, as well as some great videos that will help to improve your life. Thanks so much for being here. Subscribe now would be good. Just click it. I know you can see it. It's somewhere down here. Okay, talk to you later. Bye.